Hey, it's the Local Spotlight Show here at WJBM Studios in Jerseyville, Illinois, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Chris Lorton. I'm your host. And hey, I just want to remind people that if you miss one of our Spotlight shows or outdoor show, you can go on YouTube, WJBM YouTube, or go to our website and look it up on Listen on Demand and review them. We got Spotlight shows. We got like 400 and, 30, 40, something like that over the last 2 years. And I think outdoor show, he's knocking on 100. So got a lot of shows out there, a lot of good entertainment. And with me today, Rachel Albrecht. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, yes. Love having you. Rachel, you are married with children.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
We have 6.
6.
Yep.
Wow. My hat is off to you.
Thanks.
And they're all yours.
They're all mine.
You didn't adopt any.
We didn't adopt any. No twins. We just have 6.
6 children.
Yep. 5 girls and a boy. And we're actually expecting our first grandchild in April next month.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you got a much. Now, did you homeschool these children?
No. I wouldn't have been very good at that.
No. And you're married?
Yes. Yep. To Steve.
Yes. And how long have you guys been together?
We've been married for 23 years.
23 years.
Yep.
Were you like sweethearts in high school or something?
I met him right after high school.
Yeah.
Well, not met him. We grew up together, knowing each other, but we got together. I was right out of high school. So I was 18 when we got together.
How old's he?
He was 21 when we got together.
Yeah. So what happened? How did you guys get together? I mean, did he just spot you walking down the sidewalk?
Basically the IGA parking lot. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It happened in the IGA parking lot.
Yeah.
What
said,
happened?
I pulled in and said, "What's going on tonight?" And he just said, "Hop in. You can go with me." So that's how it started.
So that was a meeting place in the evening, the IGA parking lot. You weren't there getting groceries?
Not at 18.
That's what I wondered.
Not quite. Not quite.
I didn't know that. So that was what happened in Carrollton. You go to the IGA parking lot, everybody get together, put their plans together.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you probably were hitting the square, you went the loop around by Dairy Queen and then hit back up on the square. And I just making the loop and saw Steve there, and he always knew what was going on. So
he was the guy in the know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See, when like in Jerseyville, of course,
right.
You had the long State Street.
Yep.
And people would. I didn't do it, because I didn't live here. But according to my wife, Brenda, you'd cruise from one end to the other, then back and cruise all night long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about Carrollton. You went up, 5th Street and hit there at Dairy Queen and went back to the sure. And if you weren't back then, it was before all these kids had cell phones. And you had to be on the square between 6 and 7 o'clock because after 7,
everybody's gone.
Everybody was gone. And you had to find where they were. And there was no calling people and life was different. These kids have no idea.
I can remember, when I was, of course, many years ago, before you, Hardin really didn't have that much going on, right? I mean, but you had all these different communities, like, let's go to Canterville, see what's going on there.
Right.
Or let's go to Bashtown, or let's go to Brussels, or let's go to Mosier, We would be driving, everybody meet up, and take off. And
Yeah, it was a different time.
I had a good friend of mine, and I'm going to say his name because I think it's been too long, Chuck Holsworth.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck was 15, and he had a car, and we were all 15. We didn't have a car,
right?
But Chuck had a car at 15. We were driving all over the place,
Yeah.
And, like going the country roads and.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I was raised on a farm as well, and I'm not saying cars. You did drive cars, but tractors. I was driving through town at 13.
You were
with a tractor. Yeah.
Yeah, with the tractor, right?
Yeah. It was common back then.
So, you are in the flower business. You've got
I am.
Berdan's flower and what's the name of it?
Berdan Garden Flowers.
Berdan Garden Flowers.
Yes.
So when you grew up, did your mom say, "All right, get out to the garden"? You got to do some hoeing.
No.
We got to get some stuff going, raise some flowers, whatever.
You would think that, but actually, surprisingly, my mom was not a gardener, and she will admit it. I'm not throwing her under the bus here. She wasn't. My grandparents had gardens, but they were grandparents. It was if you wanted to come do something, you could, but we weren't sticklers. So I guess didn't say I learned early, but we did have to help a little bit. But gardening was that was something that I think came as a later hobby when I had my own yard and my own house and wanted to do that.
How old were the kids when you started?
When I started
getting into gardening.
Well, actually, when I started doing a vegetable garden and things, the kids were little. And I will say it was probably easier to do a garden with younger kids, as silly as that sounds, because they weren't involved in activities yet. Because having a garden and taking care of it and taking care of the produce, it takes so much time. And as the kids got older, it was hard to be at home. So when we were at home and they were little, they could play around and they could play in the garden.
Is that what they did? Did they help you in the garden or just
play
around you?
Yeah. You tried to teach them some things. The older ones probably got more of the education side of it than the younger ones. Because again, as the older ones got older, we got busy with.
In gardens, like somebody's hearing this and they think, you know what? I think I'd like to get a little garden going in my house, whether it could be a flower garden or it could be a vegetable garden.
Right.
But I think there's a lot more vegetable gardens out there.
I agree. I agree.
So, is the type of ground, the type of soil, does that matter much around here or is it all good?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's all good. I mean, you're going to have some soils way better, and you can use amendments to help, compost. Adding compost to your garden can help it. Manure-based, with soil.
But you need, for one thing, you need that machine. What's that called?
The tiller.
The tiller.
Yes.
The tiller.
Yes. You've got to till. You've got to get your soil prepped and ready to go.
That tilling's not easy, is it?
No. I got lucky. Steve bought me. Being married to a farmer, you do have access to some equipment. So we have a little garden tractor, and I do have a little garden tiller.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fun. You could get carried away with a garden with one of those, right?
Yeah. Oh,
you could say, we're going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to grow it
Mm-hmm.
What do you like? I know you basically at Berdan's gardens, it's mostly flowers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it is. That's probably my love is the flowers. It is my love.
Why do you love flowers so much?
Well, they're so pretty.
Oh.
Who doesn't love flowers? They make everyone happy.
So when you do a flower garden, is it kind of like a vegetable garden? You till it up and you plant a bunch of seeds, right?
Yeah, I used, so when I was doing more of the cut flower stuff, I was starting my seeds indoors under lights and then would transition them out. I have a tiny little greenhouse at my house and we would, and then I would put them out into the garden.
I see.
But yes, there are definitely things. You can start easy things. Zinnias, you just throw their seed down and I shouldn't say throw it down, place it. And it's better. But a lot of the cut flowers that I was wanting to grow, I was growing them from seed indoors first, getting them started 6 weeks prior, and then putting them out in the garden.
Say if someone was listening, which we know people are listening, and we know people are thinking, because I've thought the same thing, I thought, I'd like to have a little greenhouse where I could get some things go, especially in the wintertime,
right,
when it's all cold out. You think, man, if we only had a greenhouse, we could get stuff going and ready to go in spring. All right. But you got to build a greenhouse. And what do you suggest? If somebody wanted what is a small greenhouse?
I mean, there's kits that you can buy or you can just buy, I've seen people, it's like, oh, well, we replaced our windows. So they take the old windows that they had and they'll make up their own type of, greenhouse. Or, the one that I have, we bought some polycarbonate panels. So my husband built, the structure. It's like a little 12 by 12. And then we put polycarbonate panels. The things that people don't think about when they're building these own little greenhouses is these things get hot fast.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's a big deal. So on my big greenhouse, the big one that we use for production over at the farm, they have big ventilation systems. We've got 48 inch by 4 foot by 4 foot. I think there's 4 of them across, and they're shutter fan, and so they're all set with a thermometer or and they open at a certain temperature, and then fans kick on and they pull the air through, so you're cooling it. And that's what I don't think people realize is how hot these things get. But as soon as the sun goes down,
it's cold.
And so it's dropping to the outside temperature as fast. So there's things that you have to think about when so hobby greenhouses sound amazing, and they're really fun, but there's a little more work that goes into, because you really need to maintain your temperature in them. So,
hey, if you're just joining us, I have Rachel Albrecht with Berdan Garden Flowers, which is in Berdan, right?
Right.
Where's Berdan?
Between Carrollton and Whitehall. So
on the
Berdan blacktop.
East side.
The
There's
east
a little
side.
sign that says Berdan and Wrights, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Right, yeah.
and you go down that road, and how far do you go? How do they find your place?
So if you're headed on 67 at the Berdan blacktop, like you're saying, you are going to head east, and it's about 3 miles from Highway 67, and it's on the blacktop there. There is a sign now. I have a white sign that says Berdan Garden Flowers.
Yeah. And you make a left or a right?
If you're
North
coming,
or south?
Yeah, south. It's on the south side of the road. Yep. So there's a big white barn. There's some gray sheds.
And you can see that from the Berdan blacktop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. You kind of have to look for it a little bit. I mean, it's directly on the blacktop, but the greenhouse is on, like I said, you'll probably see the white barn first, and the greenhouse is right there on the south side of the barn.
So, you being in the flower business, okay, how much of the year are you working, getting ready, and, actually working in the flower business?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into the planning stages of it. I mean, there's something you can probably do every day. The hardcore work is going on right now, obviously. And that started, every
day, even in February, there's stuff you can do?
Yes.
Great.
February actually is when I get really busy.
You do?
Yes. Yep. You're starting. So I start some seeds in January. This year I did something new and fun for me. So usually when I get my plants in, they're in rooted liners. So that means you're getting the whole plant, the root, the soil, and then you're pulling those out of these little trays and you're popping them into growing them in the pots that you're going to sell them in. But it's expensive to ship them that way. It's and so I wanted to try a different thing. I wanted to do unrooted cuttings. So, I got 2,000 cuttings in 2 little boxes, 12 inch by 12 inch. It was cheaper to ship them that way. And so then they've got no roots on them. So basically you're placing them in rooting hormone, and then you place them in the soil, and then you grow the roots yourself.
And we're doing this in the little greenhouse.
Well, I actually did this. So I just use shop lights, and I do it inside. We're heating our shop anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm growing them in the shop under lights, and that's going on. That happened the first week in February. Okay. You're starting that. So, and along with you're starting seeds, and I also start those under the lights. You can start them in the greenhouse. I just prefer to do it in the really warm comfort of my shed.
Do you do a vegetable garden too?
Yes, at home. I enjoy. I'm not as good with vegetables. At one point, my husband actually told me, "Why don't you just grow the flowers that you like and then go to the farmer's market and buy your vegetables?"
That's the easy way out.
You're right. It is. It's the easy way out because, but I mean, I enjoy it. We've talked before. It's fun to watch your garden grow and see all the produce and see what you've done yourself. It's pretty, and then to eat it, it's great.
I've got a story I'm going to tell you, right? It's kind of funny, right? Mm-hmm. There was this guy, this old guy, right? And he would always set up his, he would sell his vegetables, like he'd just set up in a spot along the road and sell them. And you might have heard about it or not, but come to find out, this old guy seemed like such a nice old guy, right? Mm-hmm. He was actually going into Walmart, stealing these vegetables, putting them under like in his coat, and like he'd make trips there, and then come out and set up. Because I just remember Brenda was going to it, and she's like, "Man, those tomatoes look like store-bought tomatoes. You know how you can tell the difference, right?
Yeah, yes.
And by golly, they were.
They were. Well, I can't imagine.
I can't either. You don't have to worry about people stealing your flowers, do you?
No.
When you get your flowers going?
No, that's not an issue.
Who's in the market for your beautiful flowers? Who do you get there a lot? What kind of person? Is it guys? Is it gals? Is it who's coming to get flowers and what? Because are they buying the flowers and then going out and selling them? Is that what's happening or what?
No. I mean, most of my flowers, people are coming in and there's a lot of people out there that enjoy gardening, and it's all over the board. You have your little old ladies that have done it forever and they love their yard and their porches. And then, there's a lot of younger people.
So are you selling flowers that people replant and grow? That's what it is?
Both. I do it all. So we have flowers where if you just want to come and you love making up your own baskets or putting them in your landscaping, we have those, like the little 4.5-inch pots, or I've got some quart pots. But if you're like, you know what, I just need something to throw on my porch, we have
or how about on your table?
On your
dining room table? Do you sell them like that?
Not
or is everything in a pot?
Everything's pretty well potted. Everything that I'm doing right now is potted. I have in the past done flower arrangements, but honestly, my favorite part is growing flowers. It's not necessarily arranging flowers. So that's why I've kind of shifted and geared towards the greenhouse and the growing of things. So, but so people can come in and they can buy, like I said, already made up porch pots. And I think a misconception I have right now, we've got over 300 hanging baskets that are growing so that they'll be ready for sales. And I think some people think, oh, well, I don't have room for this. I don't have anywhere to hang anything. Well, these baskets can be pulled off and the hangers can be taken off and you can pop those right into your pots at home, your porch pots. And they're already made up. They already are looking beautiful. And you just kind of put those in your
That
plant.
would be something even a guy like me could do.
Heck,
right?
Yes. Yep. Everybody can do it.
Yeah. And you can actually just, for guys out there that maybe you could go to your place and you could pick out a few flowers, put them in your truck, go back home, surprise your wife with them or your girlfriend, and you would probably go right up the ladder.
I agree. That would make they make everybody happy.
I know. There is something about some pretty flowers. Now, do people when people go to your shop and they see all your flowers, do you have enough or do you run out? You ever run out of flowers?
I mean, so we're open. Like I said, our opening day is April 10th, and I'm not going to say we run out of certain varieties. There's certain things that were more popular than other things. So I tried to grow more of that this year, but I would say usually by the end of May, we're running pretty low on things.
You are. So it's a short. Actually, a span.
Yes. So everything that I'm bringing in, it's what we're growing. We're not bringing in more plants as the season goes. This is what we have, this is what we grew, and this is what we want to sell you.
Okay. And what are some of the favorite flowers that people want to buy that you have?
I mean, obviously, there's your staples. There's the petunias. Well,
it's not obvious to me.
Okay. Yeah. There's certain things that are pretty,
your petunias.
Your petunias, your geraniums. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the different things.
Violets? No. Roses?
No roses. Roses are hard.
Are they?
Oh, I've tried 3 different years, and I have not put the care that they need. They're very high maintenance, and I did not do very well with them.
Okay, well, you do what you can do.
Yeah,
what you're good at, right?
Yeah,
Blame it on the soil.
That's probably what it is. I'm gonna blame it on Mother Nature. It gets super cold here, and I wasn't babying them, so.
Okay. So again. What are some of the other petunias?
Petunias are big ones. I will say last year I learned about the supertunia. So proven winner. Supertunias.
Supertunia. Describe a supertunia.
So they're sold by Proven Winner, and they're very
Proven Winner.
Proven Winners are, they're very trademarked. They're in the white pots.
Okay.
So if you go somewhere and you see the white pots, those are Proven Winners. And one of our aunts, Steve's aunt, always swore by supertunias. I'm like, I really don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, I grew those last year, and she is so right. Those things are amazing. Sometimes about end of July, your petunia baskets start looking pretty sad. They're straggly. And if you didn't give them the haircut around the 4th of July, cut them way back and let them kind of bush together, they just don't look well. But those super petunias, they looked great until the fall. They're not as much maintenance. They're a little bit more expensive, but for the less, they're going to last you till the fall. I think they're worth it.
One thing that I did, okay, Brenda got it together. We had petunia bowls, and you'd have this post and then a basket, a metal basket, and you put the petunia balls in there and grow them. And we love petunia balls. Okay, she loves them. And then when we had them at George's, we had different ones there.
I remember them.
I was like in charge of watering it. The first year that I did it, I didn't do a good job, right? Because I watered them too much or I didn't do enough. But as time went on, I started talking to them, right?
There you go. That helps.
I mean, but it was kind of weird because I really looked forward. I took care of those petunias and I watered them. I took an eye on them, and like each one was their own individual. It's amazing. I heard people talk about this, but yeah, you find having a relationship with these flowers.
Yeah.
Which I would have said somebody's crazy if they told it, but I actually did have a relationship with my flowers, and and they did well.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't have a relationship, it's hard.
You got to care for them.
Yes.
You've got to care about them.
That's right. Well, any last words that you want to express for our listeners about flowers, about your place?
I'm just really excited to show everybody we expanded on our barn. We've added more varieties. And so I'm just ready for everybody to come see what we've got.
Check it out.
Check it out. That's right.
All right. And bring a truck.
Bring a truckload. Come multiple times.
Now you take cash. You take checks.
Yes.
Credit card?
Yes.
Wow.
We do it all. Yep.
Yeah. Great.
Yep.
Venmo?
Yeah, I actually have Venmo also.
Yeah, you've got it all.
We got it all.
Right.
Whatever works for you.
Do you got like a refreshments or anything going on? Do you sell any refreshments?
No, that's something I should think about.
Yeah, you should think about that.
I don't know. They don't want anything I've made. I grow stuff. I'm not a baker.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in, Rachel. And I'm excited about your flowers this year.
Thank you.
It should be great.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming in. Take care.
Okay, you too.